How's it going?
Isn't it supposed to be family home evening or something like that?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be family home evening.
Well, you are. You're with me.
Yeah. So there
I
it is.
appreciate you accommodating your schedule and stepping away from family home evening. But hey, maybe we'll bring on a family member of your own here a little bit later.
Yeah. Let's make it a family affair. Sorry, we're doing this during baseball season.
Listen, Adam. Oh, it's a 101.
Boys and girls at home and kids in the gallery, let's go!
Hello, Packamaniacs, and welcome to another episode of Pack to the Future. I'm your host, Ricky, a.k.a. Mr. eBay. And I'm joined by my co-host and partner in crime, Dr. Chad.
Someone call for a doctor?
How you doing, Doc?
Well, after a little 10-minute sidebar for me to figure out the live stream, I think I'm doing all right.
We're getting there, one week at a time.
Yes, sir.
Well, on this week's show, we're going to reveal some PSA grades. Chad had a big mail day, and we're going to talk about matching a patch to a specific game for a player that was used in your card.
I'm worried I'm going to lose you on that segment, so I want you to give me
I'll
as
do
much
my
feedback as you can. I know that's not your
will.
jam, but I'm worried. I'm going to lose the big guy.
I don't think it's possible, but I'm willing to hear your tale of crazy.
All right. I like it.
All right. But before we get into all the fun and shenanigans, Chad, do we have any show announcements?
Yeah, we'll keep the announcements quick this week. We want to remind people, as always, to go check out our website at pttfpodcast.com. From there, you can listen to each and every podcast that automatically gets uploaded and every video that comes through over on the YouTube as well. If you didn't go listen to last week's episode, we had Junkie Tim on, and Ricky, we recapped our adventures in Wendover. You're definitely going to want to make sure that you go check that out, and you can listen or watch that episode directly through the website. We also have our sponsors and affiliate links, including our, of course, eBay affiliate that we encourage each and every one of you to go click first thing in the morning before you do all your shopping. But that's over at pttfpodcast.com. So that's Perfect. It as far as the website goes. Now, Ricky, I want to give an update. Mr. Luke, we've been keeping track of Luke's fight against breast cancer, and a weekly update here that, again, you can find on the website. It looks like he's up to 75% of his goal of $2,300 raised. And we encourage each and every person here that if you have the means to donate to his fight against breast cancer, this man has to walk 60 miles in 3 days to help with this fight. And if you've got money to help support, all of this money goes directly to research. Of course, Luke lost his mom to breast cancer, so it's very near and dear to his heart. You can see that link through our website. And so 75% of his goal is pretty good. He still has a month to go.
Yep. You throw in any money, you get entered into these drawings for some pretty amazing cards he'll be releasing if he hits his goals and surpasses his goals. So nothing else you need to do. It's a great cause. Go $10. Every $10 you put down gets you another ticket. So just go donate. It's a great cause.
Yes, sir. All right. Let me go to my notes. You know, I'm notorious for not reading these notes that I write down. You know that?
Yeah.
And you're really good for reading the notes, but not so much writing the notes. But between us, it makes like a whole ass person. You know that?
One person. Yeah.
It really does. Oh,
and I just have to say that
go ahead.
The eBay has been huge for us. Our listeners have responded in a way we could not have predicted. If you click on our link through our website, pttfpodcast.com, before you do your shopping, make sure you log in and click that link. It's good for 24 hours, and it has been the number one way that this show has earned income. And I just want to remind everyone, we don't save any of this money. It all goes right back to you guys in prizes and Secret Santas and the like. So it costs you nothing else other than an extra click. And if you wouldn't mind doing that before you make your purchases on eBay, we often will highlight them on the show, and it's something we're extremely grateful for.
Excellent. Well, Ricky, thanks for that. And I tell you what, with our new streaming platform that we've had a difficult time popping up the chat on the screen, which I really miss, but the streaming platform helps us to be able to download. But how about this, Ricky? Here you go.
Yeah.
We got our guys. They're in the chat. And here they are. And, maybe we'll zoom in on this a little bit. I'll figure out something a little bit better for weeks to come, but I was just kind of thinking about this on the fly. Lots of grief for us starting late. We're not an on-time bunch as a team.
Yeah.
You know that? And
we're doing this on a Monday night. It's back-to-back football and baseball's on. What do you want from us?
Yeah, what do they want from us? Probably to not do this on Monday, but hey, you get what I'm going to give you. Now, it looks like people can earn crowns here in our chat, Ricky. Are you aware of this? Like Kenny Benson has a number 1 crown, whereas Dan from Omaha has a number 2 crown, and I don't know why that is.
Well, we need to figure that out quickly and rectify some stuff.
I think we do. Maybe it's a ranking of like fandom.
Well, it clearly is, but I'm wondering if we have any say on it, whether or not.
But the best thing I want to give you so far as you read through these, Merle, always coming out with a banger. Did Chad say Ricky is good at reading notes? And then he put in quotes, game used. Now, that's a very interesting point, Ricky, because you are a reader of everything. How did you miss the game used thing? I still don't understand how in the world that happened.
I think it said game used.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm maintaining.
How can I argue that? I just can't. Do you know that Deputy Dog ended up buying that card on eBay?
No. Did he really?
Yeah, he was eyeing it up there at the show. I didn't even know this. And, he told me about the flawless 1/1 Peyton Manning that I bought at the National, right? The black box 1/1. And he said if I didn't buy it, he was going to go buy it. And I didn't realize that Peyton was in his sights. And he posted it on his Instagram, Deputy Dog, and he bought the card. He bought it through consignment. Had I known that he wanted it, I would have just sold it to him directly for a little less money. But I'm glad that he got it at a discount for what I paid for it and that he's happy having the card.
Game used. I got to say, that's for listeners of this show, that's a pretty big card. That has history in the show now.
It does.
Game used.
It does. For those of you, someone's probably keeping track of this, of what number of time Ricky's antics have either blocked me from buying a card or have led me astray.
Hey, so we're pulling behind the scenes here. I have to tell you, I have just structured. So I've got our remote studio up so I can see you, and I have it just perfectly blocking our YouTube page. So now I can just read the comments to the side.
Hey, great. Good. Yeah, I know that makes the big guy happy. So that makes me happy.
Oh, yeah.
Good. I am putting the over-under at card blocks of 7.5 for you with me. And it could be in any capacity, right? It could be direct card block with telling me that, hey, Chad, do you know WrestleMania is going to happen next year as I'm trying to bid on a card?
We should start keeping track as an official stat, card blocks.
I mean, the 2017 Select Phenomenon Black 101 Donovan Mitchell was definitely a card block. We can all agree on that.
Is game used a card block technically, though?
Think, yeah.
It's an error. So. I don't know if it's a card block, though.
We'll have to let the chat decide. I think in my mind, it's a sensitive subject for me. And so I immediately go to, it's another card block from Ricky. It was a $200 net card block.
Oh man. Yeah, so we definitely have to add that statistic.
All right, Ricky. Well, should we go over to, I did have one mail day, even though it's only been a few days since our last recording.
Yeah, this is a big boy. I was pretty excited about this one.
Kind of fun. So I've been eyeing this up. Let me go ahead and share this screen now while we talk about it. I don't even know how it came up on my save searches, to be honest with you, because it is a ticket and I do not have I have a Clayton Kershaw first Dodger game and my save searches for eBay. However, I don't have any NFL tickets on my save searches, but this popped up. So Peyton, I mean, how random is this? Peyton Manning, Calvin Johnson, dual signed ticket stub. And this was Colts Lions. Let me head on over this page. Let's enlarge this. This was from 2008 at Lucas Oil Stadium. Now, it's not authenticated, which in itself is kind of a big deal. The seller has a number of cards, I think well over 1,000 that he sold. And so when I looked at this, I immediately went to Panini and Topps cards that were signed by both Calvin Johnson and Peyton Manning.
It's authentic.
It seems to look legit.
It is.
Now, you can see over here on the side, I think, some extra photos that this person added. And I was like, oh, they probably added a photo of them getting the autograph, right? Like, it makes the most sense. Well, I don't know what to make of this. It's like a kid and a woman playing air hockey, and then someone like grind hard, shine hard. Like Dwayne the Rock. Like, I don't understand what these photos are. This is not Peyton Manning
photo.
But like, why did he put those on there? To show he's a family guy? I mean, that just makes me think he's scamming me.
Yeah. We might need to have this guy on. We might need you to ask if he will join us on live.
I think I'll find him, assuming that the ticket gets here. Now, I will say I did not pay anywhere close to the price that was listed on here. Like, he sent me an offer that was well below this. At that point, that was just this morning, I went and I said, okay, well, what actually happened in the game? Right? Like, to me, I'm always intrigued by that. So
sure,
if we go here, Peyton, so the Colts won that game 31-21, and that was the Lions' 14th loss in a row of that season.
Yeah, I think on our way to 16, if I recall correctly.
Peyton had 318 yards and a touchdown, so not bad for Peyton. But look at this game from Calvin Johnson. 9 catches, $110, and a touchdown. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Yes. He had Dan Orlovsky running out the back of the end zone, throwing him the ball, which is probably
not
why they
where you
want
want
to
be.
Game. Exactly. But, I thought that was kind of fun. And for well under $200, I thought that was worth a purchase. So that was my purchase of the week.
Dude, that was a big boy purchase.
And I'm going to send it off to PSA, just, not just to get authenticated, but more so to have it in the slab and have it protected. But, two great players from that era. So I thought that was pretty fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that gets us off to a good start. That's a super cool. And I love how the ticket has the Colts and Lions logos too. It's not like your standard just printing off what the event is. It's a nice looking ticket.
Yeah.
And
Peyton really should have signed it up top by the Colts.
Yeah.
That's probably why I got it on the discount.
Yeah, I'll probably wait till it's encapsulated to point that and other errors out to you.
After I pay for the PSA grading.
Of course, and you can't get it out. Well, let's keep the ball rolling. We sent some cards, more correctly, Chad and my son sent in some cards to PSA for some grades, and we've got some grade reveals coming. I did ask my son moments before we went live on the air, hey, do you want to join us? And got actually, I think I have audio of what I got.
Okay.
Hey, son, do you want to join us on the air for your grade reveal? So he eventually grunted the word maybe. So let's give him a call, see what he wants to do.
All right. I like that.
Take a look here.
And people are saying game use should have been a card block.
Should have.
That
It
was
might have been a
block.
missed block. Yeah. Game used.
So you're dialing him up. Now he is a teenager, correct?
Yep.
I mean, that
Hello?
could account for some of this.
Hello.
I don't hear him if he's on there.
Can you hear me? Hey, you're on the air.
What's up?
Would you like to find out the grade of your card?
Yeah, that would be nice to know.
All right, well, come on up.
Fair enough.
Okay. All right, for some reason, I got the phone working for a minute, but...
Oh, no, we heard him on there. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, all right. He is...
We heard him say, what's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Now, he couldn't remember Which card? Come on in. All right. Welcome live to the studio. Baby eBay. Come behind me. This is my son Carter.
So
You're gonna have to kind of lean down, get over here, and just lean over. Now, do you remember this card?
Oh yeah, the Shannon Sharp one.
Yeah. Here, come talk into the mic.
Yeah, I remember that card.
Okay.
So tell Carter that I don't know who this player is. And what's up, Carter? So
What's up?
I don't know who this man is. Can you tell us why you acquired this card? Like why this player and why this card? It's a 2022 Prism purple fast break number 2, I think 75.
So I remember me and Ricky, or Sir eBay, right? We got like packs together. So I was just opening them, and I remember pulling this, and I looked at it recently, and I was remembering that, hey, Shannon Sharp is a good player. If you don't know, watch some film. He's good. And then I saw that it was numbered and it was purple, so I thought, hey, that's not normal. So it looks kind of cool.
Yeah. All right, very good. Now, to be fair, to Ricky's credit with this, he asked me to grade this card and take a look at it months ago. And I'm really sorry. I put it up on the shelf in the studio and I completely forgot about it.
No, you're
Completely forgot about it. But we did send this in. What do you think, Ricky? Probably in July-ish is when I told you I sent this in. Just in PSA. Oh, I guess he can't hear. Just in PSA's standard submission. And I don't have the physical card back. And it's too bad as an aside. So in PSA's app on my phone, it does like this really cool reveal where you can flip the card over and it like turns it around and then it shows you the grade and then it has like different things that happen. But the formatting of the app does not work on the desktop. So all I have is a photo of what the front of the card looks like. So I'm going to turn it around now and show you your grade. Did you have any look at the grade or have any idea what you think the grade was going to be?
I had no idea. I just showed it to Ricky because I was like, maybe it would be good if it got graded.
Okay. So typically with this, 9 means the card is good, 10 means it's excellent. And anything kind of modern like this, if it's 8 or below, then you probably want to send it over to our buddy Boston Steve and he'll crack it out of there and we'll pretend the whole thing never happened. All right. So here is your grade.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's go.
That's
Hey,
not bad. That's not
that's
bad.
not bad.
at all.
It is not bad. When I looked at it, I thought it looked really good and I thought it had a chance at a 10. Now, I have not graded many modern Prism basketball cards. It's not a 10, which is what we wanted, but it's still a really good grade and it will certainly protect it. Interestingly, you might be able to see down here, depending on how big the screen is that you're looking at, PSA gives an estimate of how much they think it's worth as the Dodgers just hit a home run. And the estimate is anywhere between 75 and 110 bucks. And so if you pulled that out of a pack, I mean, that's awesome.
That's good. That's some good return, right?
Yeah, it really is. So congrats on the card. I should have it in hand this week, and then I'll make sure to get it out to you by this weekend.
Thank you. This is nice. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll have to do some more of these. These are pretty fun. And then, we'll send them in, and doing these reveals can be a good time. So congrats on the card.
Thank you. I'll give you back to Ricky, though.
All right, sounds good.
Well, congrats, son. Well done. Awesome job. Well, hey, that's a good start.
That
to
is a
this
good
grouping.
start. Yeah, I like that a lot. Now, I didn't tell people this, but I sent in 3 cards myself. And in addition, which we'll not be revealing on the show, actually, in addition to his card, the way this got started is I had a patient who a few years ago found out about the podcast. And so we start chatting with it. We always go through this person's stuff. And at the very end, the person's like, okay, can we talk cards now? And I'm like, yes, like we can talk cards. He reaches into his bag that he has and he pulls out a Ziploc bag. He's like, will you grade these for me? And I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll take a look. And so we flipped through them and he had a bunch of kind of modern base Mosaic and Prism and Donruss quarterback cards, Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix. And so that really was the bulk of this submission, and I'll save those results for him. But I threw 3 cards in as well, 4 cards, because counting is tough. So the first of which you may recall, Ricky, we opened up that Topps Ben Baller Dodgers World Series box, and I hit the Corey Seager autograph.
That's right.
Now, that one I submitted, I thought that one looked pretty darn good.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it looked pretty darn good.
Let's go.
Yeah, a little PSA 10 action on
There
it.
we go.
So that's a $100 to $200 card. You know, it's too bad he didn't stay with the Dodgers. I collected him so much during my return to sports card collecting.
Yeah.
I bet I had hundreds of Corey Seager. But now he's gone, and that card's fun. I'm not quite certain what I'm going to do with it, but that was a fun one nonetheless. So that was number 1.
Hell yeah.
Number 2 was a card I bought off eBay because I thought it looked pretty cool. 2024 Prism Deca. Now, you and I have talked about Deca.
Mm-hmm.
We like Deca. We like the look of it. This one's an Elway Mojo. And the Mojo's numbered to like something odd. I don't remember. It's less than 100. But I'm like, gosh, you know, this card
Like
looks pretty darn
89 or
good.
something. Ooh,
Bam, bam.
that is nice. That is
That one's
nice.
That one's a PSA 10 as well.
Hell yeah.
You know, it's probably a $50 card. It may not even be worth what it costs to slab it, but I really like the look of the Decas, and I think the Mojos pop.
I agree.
I think it's a good looking card, so I was pretty excited about that.
Well done. Well
so that was
done.
number 2.
And those watching us live, here's like the benefit, and you could still do it, I suppose, if you want to go onto our YouTube page after the fact. You just have to figure it out and time it perfectly to when the Dodgers game started, and you can watch Chad's mood improve and get worse based on what's going on with that game.
I don't know what you're talking about. Card number 3 is a 2025 WWE Topps Chrome Sapphire. Remember, we talked about those sapphires a little bit.
Yeah.
I never ended up buying a box, but I did buy an individual card, a Seth Rollins Gold.
Yes.
Now, this one I thought looked pretty good. And to be honest with you, out of the bunch, I thought this one looked the best. So honestly, it was no surprise to me, Ricky, when this one came back garbage at an 8.
Oh, no.
So I think Seth freaking Rollins, you know, right after he got betrayed by Braun Breaker, I think maybe Braun broke this card. So that was an 8. Oh yeah, this one's gold. You can see a number there. I think it's numbered to 50, which keeps up with the Topps Chrome numbering system.
Yeah.
But Ricky, one last one.
Okay.
For the grading. This card was and is a 92 Topps Shaquille O'Neal, so his rookie year, but it was the gold. You know, it has the gold bar on the bottom.
Oh yeah, I know exactly.
So this card, for some reason, it hits the nostalgic feels of me like opening packs from 7-Eleven, the one on 33rd and 9th East, for those of you Salt Lake people.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go there with one of our buddies. We like ride our bikes there in the summer, and we'd get a Slurpee, play Mortal Kombat, eat a Reese's peanut butter cup, and buy a Topps pack. And in my brain, for whatever reason, I remember that you could get these Topps gold cards, and I could be way off with that, but I remember them being like an insert of sorts.
Oh yeah, they were a big
and
deal.
I never have owned the Shaquille O'Neal gold, but when I was up visiting Vancouver and I went to Columbia Sports Cards, they had this in their display case. Remember, they had like that rotating display case,
Right.
and the card was $30. And I'm like, you know, I pulled out the card, took a look at it. I'm like, that's a pretty good looking card.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and bought it. I'm like, God, the centering seems good. The corners look pretty good. So I threw it in the submission.
Yeah.
You know, if it hit an 8 or so, I'd get my money back. But
It's either gonna be really good or really bad.
things don't always work out the way you want. And it's a 10. How about that?
Wow.
How about that? You know,
Wow.
isn't that
That's a
wild?
big boy.
That
What's
is
the
a
pricing? What
big
is it
boy
expected to be
card.
worth?
So I'll show you here. Let me switch over the screen. I did pull this up just before we jumped on air, and I've got it up here on PSA's website. So this is a pop 925, so almost 1,000, but the estimate value is over $800
Yeah. Yeah.
for
That's
this.
a big boy card.
Yeah, it's huge. So it's
That's
easily
insane.
my most valuable Shaquille O'Neal card, and it all came through a $30 raw purchase, 23
Wow.
years, 33 years after it was released.
Well done.
How about that?
That's insane.
So, yeah,
It's bouncing between $800 and $900 card.
It's pretty
Let's
wild.
be real about this.
I'm surprised it wasn't an upcharge because I really thought the value for these were between 0 and 500. I could be wrong with that, but yeah, I didn't get upcharged on it. So,
Oof,
yeah, I was
man.
happy with that.
That is insane.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Well done.
All right, so that's it for our PSA sub. You want to go on over to the main event here?
Yeah.
All right. So, Ricky, I want to get your input as we go through this. Of course.
And for those wondering, the chat is now covering all the snacks and treats they used to get at their local version of 7-Eleven.
What were they? Go through that as I pull up something here.
Well, Boston Steve would like to go to Cumberland Farms, where he would get an apple pie, a Mountain Dew, chasing Pepsi points, and a pack of Fleer Ultra.
Oh, Fleer Ultra was fun to open.
Bright Lights, Big City, Kansas City Dan talked about drinking a Slurpee, eat a Reese's, buy a pack of cards. Yeah, that just sounds like a good day.
Yeah, yeah. Mortal Kombat. You'd play the Mortal Kombat because then, like, if you got through the Slurpee as you're playing Mortal Kombat, then you just go back and fill up the Slurpee again.
Yeah.
The double slurp.
Of course.
You got a bell?
No.
I mean,
God, that's going to blow my eardrums out.
you almost knocked me out of my chair. Look at even Max over here. Look at Max. He even heard that through my headphones. This poor
This
man.
is our new bell for when we're long distance.
Oh, that's magical.
Yeah, yes,
That
it
is
was.
magical. I like that a lot. All right. So, all right, Richard, the main event here, I want to talk about the process that I have gone through trying to game match my most recent big purchase, which, of course, was my 2013 Topps 5-Star Peyton Manning Rare Patch Captain's Patch.
Yeah.
Now, as I went through buying this card, I already covered quite a bit about like the vetting process before I bet on the card. So I don't want to rehash that, but I have had quite a bit of fun trying to match this to a specific game. So the purpose of this exercise is not just to match it for my exact card, but hopefully give people some pointers of what I've learned along the way, that if they want to try to jersey match a card or game match a card to their jersey or patch, that perhaps they could apply the same principles.
Yeah.
Even better, maybe people are going to have some suggestions of how I could further narrow down this specific patch.
Excellent. Can I ask you a question? Sorry. How's the music
please do.
sound? How's the music sounding on your end?
Sounds good to me. Let's hear out
Can
the
you hear
chat. Yeah, let's. Oh yeah, I can hear it. It sounds good.
Because
I
with
want
our
to hear what
old-
the chat says too.
Yeah, and while they're responding, with our old board, the one at your house, we really have to pump it through. With this one, it does not take much, and I've got it at about a 2 on a 10, 2 to 10. Level of 1 to 10, it's a 2. And I'm just worried it's not pumping through, but I think this board pumps through a lot more effectively. So I just want, as long as you can hear it, we're good.
Yep, I can hear it, and we'll see what the chat says. They should be caught up here. They said kind of sore hear it. That's from Dan though, and Dan's got that chronic hearing loss from his van, from those speakers in his van. Boston Steve can hear it well, so I trust his ears a little bit more.
Yeah.
Ricky, and your interjection's perfect because I want this to be a little bit of a conversation, essentially as if you and I are just not live recording and we're trying to piece together how to figure out this card. So I'll be perfectly upfront with you. Some of this involved chat GPT, some of it involved Getty images, and more, as Sarah would so punctually say, and more.
And more.
All right, so I want to go back to 2012. The first thing I wanted to take a look at is to see whether or not this particular color of captain's patch, which is a navy blue background with white, 1 gold star on the left, followed by 3 gold star, or 1 gold star on the left, followed by 3 white stars on the right, whether or not this came or could have come from a Denver Broncos uniform. So taking a look at that, the Broncos, I researched what their jerseys looked like for the 2012 season. And so a quick, simple Google search showed me the images on the right, where we had jerseys that include all navy top and bottom, all white top and bottom, and then orange for the top, white bottom jerseys. I said, okay, that's a reasonable place to start.
Okay.
So then what I tried to do is to determine whether or not this patch was the same color on all three of those jerseys for the 2012 season. And for that, I used Getty Images. So first of all, as you can see here, I pulled up an orange jersey from the 2012 season. This was December 23rd, where the Broncos are wearing their orange jerseys. So again, this is after I purchased the card. Ricky, you can see the captain's patch there. Can you tell me the color that you see of the captain's patch?
It's orange. And we're looking, this is our Broncos. This is our team. We're looking for the blue.
Next, I went to the white jersey
Yeah.
that you can see here from the 2012. This is against the San Diego Chargers, October 15th. You can see the captain's patch clearly illustrated on Peyton Manning's jersey. Ricky, what color is the captain's patch?
Orange.
Next, I go to the blue, the all blue.
Mm-hmm.
And we see that for November 18th. During this time, the Broncos and the NFL were commemorating, I think it was Salute to Services. And you can see a little bit different captain's patch here. Can you see the color of that one?
I can.
And what color is that?
Orange. You glad I'm not saying orange anymore? It's blue.
Oh. I thought so too. Ricky, I enlarged this.
Oh, it's
Do you have any
camo,
change of
isn't it?
heart? It's camo.
I hate camo.
Ricky,
I hate
my
camo in
heart.
sports.
This is the process I have gone through. Do you see a problem with my card?
Yeah, your patch is navy, and I haven't seen a navy captain's patch. I don't.
And
know
I
that
just
they do that.
demonstrated to you the three jerseys.
Yeah. Is he on
So-
the Colts? They bleed blue. The dogs think it's the Colts.
The dogs think it's the Colts. This is where I started to incorporate Chat GPT, and the timeline's going to be a little bit fragmented and isn't exactly as I walk through it, but your question is a perfect one and one that I thought of as well. Fortunately, and I don't have a photo of this pulled up, the Colts blue is not the same color blue as my patch,
Oh,
which is great.
no.
but it
Oh.
makes me wonder, where did
You're
my
right.
patch come from?
Yeah.
So I go to Chat GPT and it tells me,
CTPT.
I know
like
every
that.
time I say that, I like screw up the acronym as you're trying to say it. It's not a tough saying. The words
No.
don't just come out of the mouth.
So he was going to chat ABC.
Ricky, you want a second thought here
Yeah,
on the orange jersey?
please.
What if I told you that patch is blue? That captain's patch is a blue patch.
I wouldn't believe you.
What if I
Not trying
told
to
you
be
on
hard.
this white jersey that captain's patch is a blue patch?
Maybe you could tell me on that one.
It's blue. They're both blue. I argued with the chat for 15 minutes on how this patch is not blue. In Getty Images, the contrast and the way that the photos are taken can distort the color of the patch and make it look a different color than what it is. And not just with the patch, but with other colors as well. And as you fully zoom in,
Did
especially
Chat
on...
XYZ tell you this?
I'm trying to prove it to you, dick. Let's see if I can fully zoom in here. It's going to get too blurry, I think.
No,
It is.
I can kind of see it's navy if I
It's blue.
don't look very careful.
It is a navy blue.
That
believe
you
it or
can
not.
never convince me that orange jersey is a navy.
I just can't do it through the images through streaming.
Fair.
So I'll show you examples, and maybe I'll post it on our Instagram stories this week.
That could be interesting.
So that took a lot of convincing, but at least at that point, I could convince myself that the captain's patch at least came from Peyton Manning 2012 season with the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
Okay. So I wanted to narrow it down further. So I went through the Broncos schedule to see just how many times the Broncos wore white and orange, because I already told you that we could exclude. No, I did not. We can exclude the blue because per NFL rules, which I also looked up, you cannot have the same color captain's patch as the top of your jersey.
Really?
So anytime they wore the blue, we can exclude that as a possibility. Also, for the salute to services during November when they wore the camouflage patch, we could exclude that as well. So we've been able to narrow it down to a handful of games. But honestly, that doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if we could totally pinpoint it. So then I go back to the patch. And naturally, the hope would be that there's dirt, there's roughed up edges. There's something to distinguish this patch from anything else was the next step that I took.
Yeah.
Ricky, you see anything in that image?
Nothing other than it looks like there's only one gold star.
And that was for Peyton's entire 2012 year. And I think you and I talked about this. This didn't come up through my process, but I think you told me that when he switched teams is when the gold star got reset to 1. Was that right?
Yeah. Well, what I was saying is that I've noticed, I thought recently that there have been some players who have switched teams that were big name play, like an Aaron Rodgers, for example. And maybe that's a bad example, but that kind of veteran has switched teams and they've maintained the gold captain's patch. However, our chat came in and said they were pretty confident that back then, at least, when you moved teams, it reset the star protocol, right?
Okay.
And so this may be the first year with the Broncos. And if that lines up the years with his first year with the Broncos, that makes a lot of sense as to why you have the 1 star.
Okay. So I've narrowed it down some. And Ricky, while you were talking, I think I've got some proof for you that's going to make you a little bit happier about that white jersey, orange patch.
All right.
Here's another Getty image zoomed in. This is week 6 against the San Diego Chargers.
Now that doesn't help because that's pink for breast cancer, I assume.
It's not.
That is a pink patch.
It's not a pink patch. It's a blue patch.
Okay. I hope that you post some good evidence on our Instagram, but look at the hats that they're wearing. They're all highlighted in pink.
And you know what? The one thing I didn't check out, to be completely fair, is whether or not
Kenny
they
Benson
had
says you've been hitting the pappy, and I'm starting to agree.
I would love to be hitting the pappy right now. I just worked a bazillion hours today. I'm going to work a bazillion hours tomorrow. This, to me, I don't think it is. In my chats and in my Zoom in, I still think this is Navy, and I think it's a reflection.
What?
Yeah.
Dude,
am I wrong? Do you think I'm crazy?
I'm starting to get a little worried about you. Between this one and that orange jersey, there is 0.000% chance there's Navy on that orange jersey patch.
All right. I mean,
now maybe it's a phenomenon like that dress that half the people see blue, half see pink or whatever.
All right, brother.
I'm telling you.
Same game. Now, you want to make a wager?
Yeah.
Or what do you want to wager?
Pack of cards. I don't know.
Oh, don't we already have a wager? Aren't I up like 5-3 on packs of cards?
I think I'm up like 17-2. But
I think you're full of it.
Double.
Now, Ricky, same game. Same game.
Pink.
What are you telling me here?
Pink.
Oh, you are out of your mind.
That is pink.
That is not pink.
The chat has got to weigh in on this. That is
not pink. That is not pink. There's not a chance that is pink.
Dude.
Get out. Look at this. Look at this photo. This is not pink. There is no world in which that is pink.
Someone from the chat agrees with you that that's Navy. I'll accept it.
There is no world in which that's pink. That is Navy. Look inside of here. You're telling me that area right there is pink?
No, that's a shadow.
Okay, now you're just being Ricky Clark, the instigator. Sorry about that.
I'm getting an orange from Merle.
Orange, get out of here. Speaking of instigators. So from there, right, going back to this process. So I've been able to.
And for the record, we do have Boston Steve coming in saying Bengals game is a blue captain's patch, as is a December game against the Raiders with a white uniform. He's looked this up.
Well, the hard part with this is that almost all of the jerseys were white or orange that year. The blue that I demonstrated, they only wore once. And then you take away the 2 camo patches from November, and really that still leaves us with a handful of games. So actually, Steve reached out to me this week and said, hey, I've got another idea of how you can eliminate some more games to see if you can pinpoint it. And I thought this was an excellent idea. Maybe this gives the listeners, something if they're trying to match up their cards. He said, hey, go research jerseys that have been sold, like whole ass jerseys, right? That have been sold through Golden or through Sotheby's.
Brilliant.
And there have been a couple
Any
that
of them
were
missing a
sold.
captain's patch?
Well, that's the hard part. So, Ricky, immediately in my mind, at least 2 of these were inscribed and autographed. So what I found is that week 2, week 5, week 12, and week 13, so 4, were sold at auction. And I know that at least 2 of them were autographed by Peyton Manning. So immediately I said to Steve, hey, this is great. We can, I think I mentioned we can exclude those games from being the captain's patch. He said, not so fast. He said he wouldn't put it past Topps or Panini to still buy that jersey that is autographed and cut it up and put that patch into a card.
He's not, I don't think he's wrong at all.
Which kind of blew my mind because I was pretty excited about the prospect of being able to eliminate those games. And furthermore, from that, I even took it to the next step and asked AI and asked Google whether or not Topps purchased a jersey from Peyton Manning that year. Unfortunately, that was not the successful layup I was hoping it would be.
Bummer.
So all of this is to say, I went through jersey matching, color matching, proving you are colorblind. Also
Allegedly.
trying
So
to
you
figure
say.
out what jerseys were purchased afterwards. And I've narrowed it down to really no fewer than 10 different jerseys that this patch could have come from. But I think I was able to prove that at least it came from the Broncos, and at least it came from the 2012 season. The other thing that I did not include is whether or not this could have been a playoff game. The photo in the front of the card, as Steve astutely pointed out, almost certainly is from the AFC Championship game where the Broncos lost to the Ravens, on the tied up Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Of Raheem the Dream Moore screwing it up. So I just don't know. But those are all the points that I went through. I thought that exercise was at least exciting enough to me of something I haven't done before that maybe other people could gain some benefit from, but there's still got to be other ways to find this, right? Maybe there's not, but
our next step is to go to Peyton's house.
I think and have him smell it,
at night.
Smell the jersey, be like, hey, does this ring any bells? Like what stadium is this from?
Well, we just have pantyhose pulled over our heads and we scream in his face, tie him up to a chair and scream in his face, which one is it from?
How about this just as a thought, as an exercise? Yeah. There's no dirt on the card. Right? Not on the patch.
Correct.
Do you think we could take a leap and wonder whether or not this came from like an indoors game? Where there is no dirt.
There are no rules. I don't think you can write out an outdoor game. He was pretty good at avoiding sacks throughout his career. True. I wonder if you could take. This is getting wild. I wonder if you could take a magnifying glass to that captain's stitching and see if you can find an inconsistent stitch somewhere or something.
Dude,
and then
what's? Yeah, I'm sorry to
interrupt. You'd have to find a high enough res photo to combine it to, or compare it to. But
this is the kind of photo that I submitted to Chat GPT, And I said, can you look at the stitching of the card and try and match it? I asked it to look through all of the Getty images of the 2012 Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
And they still didn't think that they could pinpoint it even more. So I'm stuck. I'm honestly stuck. And I just don't know how else to find it. But I tell you what, in preparation for today, you know what? Let me share.
No, you know what you do? Here's what we do if we're smart. And I feel really bad to volunteer anyone else. So if we don't, we don't. You have Mrs. Doc reach out to Tops. I kid you not. And say, hey,
Yeah,
we've got to find out who was in charge of this product. We've got to find out what they know. What do you
how
guys
cool would
know?
that be?
Yeah. And what if we found like a cool Tops employee that knew the answer?
To show you how much fun I've had with this, let me scroll all the way to the top of this chat.
Holy crap.
Like, I'm not going to do it to read through it, but I want to show you like how much thought this has prompted me to follow and how many rabbit holes I've gone down. Like, at first, the chat was certain it was from the week 6 game against the San Diego Chargers. And I was so excited because that game was so iconic for the 2012 Denver Broncos and for Peyton Manning's resurgence as a quarterback, because the Broncos were 2-3 leading up to that game and they were getting their butts kicked at halftime. Peyton comes out in the second half and absolutely torches them. The Broncos go back to win that game and win 7 in a row. On their way to a playoff march and then the Super Bowl visit the next year. But I had to like double down on the chat. I'm like, how do you know it was just from that game? Like, you got to look at others. And I had to push back a little bit until we were able to open it up some more. But you can see here as we're looking through different jersey combinations and the colors that I already went through, we're trying to pinpoint games, just loads and loads. And it's been a lot of fun, to be honest with you, trying to figure this out, and I just can't figure it out. Here's the Colts. You asked about the Colts jersey earlier in the color.
Yeah.
So I was starting to say this earlier, and then I got completely sidetracked. The color of blue is just bright. It's a brighter blue with the Colts.
Got it. So it's blue on both jerseys.
Right. And the C, okay, they said something about...
Hold on, I'm going to back you up. You said that league rule says it cannot be the same color.
That's what Google AI said for at least the 2012 season.
Okay. I'm just throwing it out there to make sure that we're on the right page.
How about this? In his time with the Colts, Peyton's C patch would follow the NFL's contrast rules for that era. Colts jerseys are blue or white. There's one point... Oh, the styling. This is what I was trying to bring up. The exact font, borders, thread thickness, star spacing, and weave pattern may differ between manufacturer runs and between the eras. Where in the world is it? Okay, in the patterns that they looked at from Peyton's Colts jerseys, the C has a different shape, border thickness, and star spacing than what they saw on my card.
Yeah. Merle just threw something out there.
What's Merle throwing out there?
How would you feel if it ends up being from a preseason game?
I've thought about that. I wouldn't be as excited, but
still wore it.
Okay with it.
Still on a jersey you wore in a game.
Yeah. It would still be worn from that season, from his era with the Broncos, which was the most important for me. Thanks, Merle. Yeah, that's great. I'm talking about the possibility of AFC Championship game, but yeah, let's think about preseason water cooler. It's possible, right? I mean, you got to think about it. If I'm going to say I'm going to go through the process of thinking about it, you have to think about that. So I think that's a perfect thing that I didn't explore yet.
Yeah, and Boston Steve says, we're not ice. We don't run into houses with our faces covered. I think it worked out for Ted and Tom Brady and Marky Mark. They broke into Tom Brady's house. Worked okay.
I don't
Ted
know
too.
what you're talking about, but all right.
Ted, little stuffed animal. Have you not seen?
Oh yeah. I saw the first one, I think.
Oh, in the second one, they start out by breaking into Tom Brady's house to get a sample so they can have Tom Brady children.
Nice. So yeah, Ricky, that's all I got. We're only at the 50-minute mark, man. Is this gonna like? You got 10 minutes or something?
I got nothing. It's Monday night in October when all the sports are on.
Well, bring the family out. You said it's family evening.
Well, we did that for a minute.
All right. Well, that's all I got.
Oh,
That's all I got for you today.
Well, guess what? I got a surprise for you.
What you got?
Look what I found.
By God!
All right. Well, it's been another fun show for Chad. I'm Ricky. The pink captain's patch. Wishing all of you
Don't you dare.
a wonderful night.
So the biggest thing I got from the chat here, which I do like being able to have this up on the screen. Like I missed having the chat, you know.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are saying that someone's has something that is really small to be able to weigh in, and they said it's about Dan. They said that